commentators.
Tsonga.
Always nice to get that first game out of the way, and when you can do it without conceding a point, even better.
Yes, he's got a big serve, and as we've mentioned, got a big game. He's very aggressive by nature on the tennis court. Likes to try and take charge of the point, tries to take the initiative.
Youzhny's first serve percentages in the first 4 rounds haven't dropped below 60 for those 4 matches. His best was against Ivo Karlovic in the 3rd round when he served at 74% of first serves into play. He'll be dreaming about something similar here tonight.
It's a shot of a man in good form. The topspin lob is a very exacting shot, and he just waits, holds it, and perfectly weighted.
Let's
That's the ground stroke that is often the damaging one. It's a beautifully produced backhand, and look at the shoulder turn, the finish, long flowing follow through with a little flourish at the end to add a little spin. Beautifully directed, classical.
No. For a moment there, it looked as though he was just having a bit of a doze at the back of the court, but good wheels.
Well, he has. He's a big man, as we've said, but very agile. Not enough backspin. You can see the ball was short, but had no backspin, so Tsonga had that little extra time to get there.
He might not be the greatest, Joe Wilfried Tsonga, but he has been compared to the greatest. There's been a little talk around how much he looks like a young Muhammad Ali, or Cassius Clay as he was back then.
Not sure he floats like a butterfly. He certainly stings like a bee, but he wouldn't say he glides around the court, but nevertheless he gets there. He's all motion.
I don't think he's made a prediction about when this match will finish.
15. One handball.
It was a very nice little slice backhand to end that point as well from Youzhny. It'll be important for him to try and keep the ball low on Tsonga, who we've said does like to attack. So if it's up waist height or above, he'll give it a real smack.
Youzhny had two chances to put him away. And Joe Wilfried said, I'm going to take full advantage if you keep on hitting it back to me.
Well, he was too casual on that first one. Youzhny should have put the first one away. Then he had a more difficult second smash that he couldn't get a real hold of. Tsonga made him pay.
Tsonga's ability to entertain was emphasised in his 4-set win against Richard Gasquet in the round of 16. In a 4-set match, he came up with 75 winners. Incredible. The other thing that Tsonga does well is he doesn't serve a lot of double faults. In his past 3 matches, he's served 53 aces and 3 double faults.
Okay, Tsonga.
So the Frenchman dropping just the 1 point in his first 2 service games. Convincing opening from both players. On serve in the early going of this men's quarter-final match in the Australian Open. Incredible ride to the top for Joe Wilfried Tsonga. How long will it continue? Youzhny serving at 1-2.
That slice backhand we've been speaking on, a beautiful approach. Look at the length he had and not too much width. The approach shot, when it's up the middle like that, gives very little angle for the opponent from which to pass. think this determines whether he's a one-handed player or not. If he was a genuine two-handed backhand player, he would have used the second hand there.
Very comfortable, both players on serve early in this match. A love game for Youzhny. Won't get any easier for the winner in the semi-finals. Rafael Nadal is waiting, the number 2 seed who comprehensively disposed of the number 24 seed Jarkko Nieminen of Finland earlier today. 7-5, 6-3, 6-1. Rafa's hardly raised a sweat so far. And of course he got a bonus a couple of nights ago when another Frenchman, Paul-Henri Mathieu, retired early in the second set.
Oh yes. The speed with which he got across to that shot was the secret to success here. He was really well balanced. Upper body very still. Eric Winogradsky, bottom right of screen there, is the coach of Tsonga, former French player of caliber.
And that ground stroke in at 156 kilometres an hour. That's moving. Those Frenchmen know how to hit a quick ground stroke.
Up there with Gay Monfils from last year. They've practiced a lot together, Monfils and Tsonga.
That one pretty quick at 2:03. As quick as so far at 2:07. We stay on serve in the first set. Looks as though we're in for a pretty tight encounter here. 3 sets, you would think probably unlikely it's going to be nip and tuck all the way, unless they were 3 tie-break sets. Good start from both players. Local time, as you can see behind Joe Wilfried there, at 10 o'clock on this wonderful evening in Melbourne.
Just to float like the butterfly footwork of Tsonga. Good stuff. That's more of the way Tsonga likes to play. He's been a little passive on Youzhny's service games to this point. Hasn't always stepped up and had a crack at it like he did here. That's more of his game style. I think he's got to stick with that where at all possible.
We talked about Mikhail Youzhny and his first serve percentage being very good, up in the mid-70s in his third round match. Well, he'd like to keep it where it is at the moment. 94% of first serves into play, which means he's only missed one, and that one where the second serve was called in, he won that point anyway. Impressive numbers early. No thought of a challenge from Mikhail. Another love game. So it's all sailing along nicely for the server. We've been going 20 minutes, 7 games down. On serve, Tsonga 4-3. And when the players walked onto the court in this match, it was very much a difficult decision to try and come up with the likely winner. And it's no clearer after 22 minutes. New balls. Through 7 games quickly. Youzhny on serve 3-4.
Oh, take that. He had a little look away there, Youzhny, just before impact. Had a little look to see where he was going to hit the ball and consequently mistimed it. He was lucky.
one miscue each with vastly different results.
What's a sign of, look at the feet, no footwork. You need to really be moving your feet in those smashes right until the very last moment. He was too casual, and the ball in the end wasn't where he wanted it to be. Lack of experience.
And rest assured that one will go in the Youzhny memory bank. That's how you do it. Successive love games. Just 7 points against the server so far in this match. French fans are in. Allez, Tsonga. If the Russian fans are in, they'd be on pretty good terms with themselves from the earlier match.
He read it early. Youzhny. Oh, there was some big hitting in that rally, and as he shapes up here to go for the off forehand, Youzhny's off there really early. He's there just waiting for it. And all he had to do was execute.
Well, no wonder he's quick with his serve. He lives at Le Mans. Might have just taken the back edge of the line. There you go. The man who returns serve best in this match, Jeff, might be the favourite.
Indeed. There's a wonderful return. Short backswing. Saw it especially well. It went back at Tsonga almost as quick as it left his racket.
Great second serve. What a beauty. Just when he looked as though he was going to be challenged. A rare occasion on serve for either player. Tsonga comes up with the goods and leads 5-4. Both players, both coaches would be pretty happy at the moment. Joe Wilfried's coach, Eric Winogradsky. Mikhail Youzhny's coach, Boris Sobkin, who has been his coach since the age of 10.
And good movement from Tsonga to get there quickly enough to set up for that pass.
Tsonga can afford to be aggressive here. He's the first to 5. And aggressive he is.
Just a little short there from Youzhny, and this man Tsonga, he's got so much power. He's just so dangerous.
2 points from the set now, Joe Wilfried Tsonga.
Oh, yes. Gee, that was a good shot from Youzhny. Under pressure at love 30, that shot had to be made. Tsonga's approach coming here, not quite deep enough and with a little too much angle. He needed to be a little more up the middle of the court there. Good shot, nevertheless, under real pressure. That was an example of what we were speaking about with the Youzhny serve. It was only 162 kilometres an hour, that first serve. He really wanted to get it in. Didn't want to have to hit a second serve at 15:30 and give Tsonga a big hit at it.
He's decided to go for it in this game, and it might pay dividends. He's standing on the edge now. It's been a real arm wrestle in this first set. Tsonga can break the deadlock here. Set point. Another outstanding serve. The Russian support crew pretty pleased with that.
It's okay, it's a good tactic though. That's what Tsonga likes to do on opponents' second serves. And that is intimidating. Well, it didn't come off for Joe Wilfried Tsonga, but you have to admire the fact that he just threw caution to the winds a little bit there, opened up the shoulders and had a bit of a free swing at it, stood at a set point. Youzhny was good enough to see it off.
Love 15.
Didn't quite bend enough here. He's a tall man, didn't bend at the waist. He's got down at the knees okay, but you've got to get your eyes right down to the flight of the ball.
Let's 15.
Well, it's a sign of two men in good form, both having to come up with the goods when under pressure. Love 15. This had to be made, or else he's in a bit of a hole. Good shot, good pass.
Three aces to 0 now. Bit of a cry from Wilfried Tsonga, a battle cry. Still maintains that lead. No breaks of serve yet. Tie break perhaps beckoning. Good chance here of a tie break in the first set. Wilfried Tsonga will hope that it doesn't go the way of the tie break that he played against Andy Roddick in the first round at last year's Australian Open, when the tie break score was 20-18. Equalled the record for the longest known tie-break at any tournament. Mikhail Youzhny has got to get there, and Tsonga will be hoping that he doesn't have to worry about that stat.
Well disguised drop shot here from Tsonga. He's shaped to hit an approach shot, and it was really the surprise that caught Youzhny napping.
Never a good time to double fault. That is about as bad as you can get.
Good change of pace on the serve again. He serves
30 all.
with more variety than Tsonga. That was the kick serve, wide out to the backhand. Now he hits short to the forehand. Good 1-2 punch there. Well, I was surprised you let that one bounce, Youzhny. Yes, the lights are a bit awkward up there, but by letting it bounce, it pushed him deeper into the court, and that made the smash more difficult.
And it brings up set point number 2. Now he'll think about this one. Oh, what about that? And what about the reaction? He looked like Ali. He's landed a big blow there. Out of nowhere, Tsonga shows aggression and shows his opponent the way to the first set.
John. Second set.
Well, an exciting end to the first set. What's to come in the second? The Frenchman with flair, Tsonga, has struck the first blow.
Love it. Fifteen all.
Gee, that's big hitting from the ground. There's no one left in the tournament that hits ground strokes with any more pace than this. It's right up there.
Jeff mentioned before that Tsonga and Gail Monfils spent a fair bit of time together as juniors. They would quite often spend hours and hours practicing together and trying to come up with a serve like Andy Roddick's.
And the Tsonga serve is not too dissimilar from Roddick's. It's a short swing. Doesn't get quite the same pace that Roddick does, but it's a big delivery nevertheless.
I think with the departure of Leighton Hewitt from the men's singles draw, a few of the Aussies might have adopted Joe Wilfried Tsonga. Joining in the French chant. Might have been caught in two minds as to whether that ball was going out or not. Youzhny says his most admired player is Stefan Edberg from days gone by. He possesses a slightly different temperament to Edberg.
Well, he needs to steady here. Youzhny, there's some genuine momentum at the moment. The way of Tsonga, he's really gained in confidence the last 10 minutes or so, hitting very freely, close to the lines.
Again close to the line, forcing Youzhny to come up with the half volley. He's going to force him to come up with something here, otherwise Tsonga's going to lead a set to love and 2-love. 3 chances to do just that. Oh, he can do it all. Coming up with all the shots out of the manual and then some. Tsonga on a roll.
Well, that was just an outstanding point. Mikhail Youzhny having a word to the umpire about something.
Is he calling for the trainer? I think he might be. He's called for the trainer. See if we can get some idea, maybe listen in a little.
This looks like blisters. A few players seem to be suffering in that regard this week. Maybe just the
strapping.
Strapping was a bit tight. always a fine line between having the right amount of support and having it so tight that you just lose all flexibility.
Would many players go out there without any strapping on their ankles these days, Jeff?
Not too many. If they don't have strapping, they will have an ankle support, one of those rubberized support mechanisms that players often wear, because the ankles really are prone to being rolled on the hard courts. You've noticed how the players like to slide, and they slide and it just grabs for a minute, over they go, but seems okay. But gee, it was a fabulous last point of Tsonga's, wasn't it? Just the lob was wonderful, but how quick he was to stay in the point. Youzhny had pummeled the ball to both sides of the court. Tsonga defended fabulously and then came up with that topspin lob.
No injury to Mikhail Youzhny, so it seemed. All he did was remove the strapping from the ankles. Let's see if it frees him up a bit. Two bullseyes, right on the line, right on the linesman. First double fault of the match for the Frenchman.
And 4 for the tournament.
4 in his last 4 matches now.
Okay. In the stands, like the rest of us, no doubt about the enthusiasm of Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. French fans are on very nice terms with themselves. And he's won a few neutral fans as well in his time here in Melbourne. Youzhny serving at love 3.
Love 15.
A rather tired looking second serve from Youzhny. Just doesn't appear to be a lot of life about him at the moment, Jeff.
He always looks a little that way, though, to be fair. It's part of his on-court persona. He's just a bit shell-shocked, I think, at the moment. He always tends to look as if he's playing within himself, Youzhny. That's part of his makeup. Likes to just structure a point very methodically. Looks cool on the outside, but clearly he's boiling on the inside. You can feel this match already starting to slip away.
Well, who would have thought when we were at 4-4, everything had been so tight. Hard to differentiate between the pair, and then after that, Tsonga has just taken this match by the scruff of the neck.
Game, Tsonga.
Can you believe this? 4-love. Almost out of nowhere.
Well, Youzhny is becoming devoid of ideas at the moment. The strategy that he had in mind, that is just a steady first serve to the backhand of Tsonga, is not paying dividends. And Tsonga's just got too much artillery for him in the rest of the game at the moment. Too much first serve power. He's getting more pace off the ground.
And if things weren't bad enough for Youzhny, new balls coming at him.
Love 15.
Youzhny, the last of the 6 Russians left in the men's draw. Exasperated. Quick look at John Blom in the chair. John Blom just waiting to see whether Youzhny was going to point to Hawkeye. Perhaps he should have.
Did look as if it may have skidded a little bit, which indicates it may have touched the line. Too late now. Gee, that's good play from Tsonga again. Just when Youzhny least expects it, Tsonga serves and volleys on a second serve.
Points so far in this second set, 19-5 in favour of the Frenchman.
Tsonga.
Make that 20. Ace number 5, 216 kilometres an hour, his quickest for the match. And this second set is all but over.
Now here, Tsonga is 5-love up in the second set, and he's given the number 14 seed Mikhail Youzhny a real lesson. Let's go back to Jeff Masters and Peter Donegan.
Youzhny will be thinking that'll be right. Bereft of answers. That is a shot of someone who's leading 5-love.
Youzhny continuing to serve almost exclusively to the Tsonga backhand, and it's not getting the job done. Needs to mix it up.
Tsonga was on the end of a 6-love set himself in the first round against Andy Murray, a match which he won. And now he's got a chance of inflicting one of his own. Not in his wildest dreams would he have imagined this.
He gets there, but clearly there's few options. It's an important game, this. If you can win this, take the set, serve first in the third, would be good for Tsonga.
The only query at present is whether Youzhny can get on the board here in the second set. He's got a point to do that, to avoid the dreaded bagel. You could just see that was going to happen. As soon as it hit the tape, you knew which way that was going to fall.
It's like a backhand return of serve drill though at the moment. Tsonga is just sitting on that serve coming to the backhand. He's waiting for it, and it's just giving him an opportunity to pick his mark.
Second set point.
It's good, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't off the middle of the strings. Youzhny's going to challenge it before we can make it official. It looked all right. It's in all right. It's 2 sets to love. After 1 hour and 10 minutes, Mikhail Youzhny, the number 14 seed, a man who reached the top 10 in 2007, being blown off the court.
Third set. Fifteen. 15.
Tsonga well on his way here to joining the likes of Henri Leconte, Cedric Pioline, Nicolas Escudé to be an unseeded Frenchman advancing to the semi-finals of a Grand Slam. Nicolas Escudé did it here back in 1998.
30-15.
Well, it will be interesting to see in this service game from Mikhail Youzhny whether he's decided just to change the tactics around, or, as Jeff suggested, whether he's not really got the action to be able to change it around and come away from Tsonga's backhand.
That was an important game, and it was why it was important for Tsonga to take that set when he did, to break Youzhny again and serve first in the third, because imagine how Youzhny's feeling now. He's down 2 sets to love, and he's down in the third set. Psychologically, that's very important. Had he been able to just at least be up a game in the third, he would have felt a little bit more rejuvenated.
Love it.
a very good volley. Throat shot was pretty good, and that's an excellent volley. Got the contact point very much in front of the body, and good shoulder turn.
Just trying to talk himself into getting something going.
Well, he's got very good ground stroke control normally, Youzhny, if he can get into the point. But too many times Tsonga's taken control of the point off a big return or a big serve, and it's prevented Youzhny from getting into the rhythm that he likes.
And that ends a string of 9 games in a row for Tsonga. Seems as though the backhand attack is going to continue though, Jeff.
Yep, just barely one serve in that last game that went to the forehand. All the rest went to the backhand again.
You wonder how long he can maintain this level. Sure, he's playing an opponent who's not at his best, but he's been very good.
Well, I guess that's the question we're all going to find out tonight and in the future, because if he can continue with this level, he's going to be a handful for any of the top players. He's been very good.
His career is only in its embryonic stages, but this is the first time that he's won 4 matches in a row at tour level. Looking at him tonight, you wouldn't be surprised if he'd won 24 at one stage.
Broken a string here. Still got away with a touch volley.
Oh, well, when you're having one of those nights, nothing can go wrong for you. Joe Wilfried Tsonga's out there with a new racket. Mikhail Youzhny must have his fingers crossed that this one doesn't work. It's been working so far for the Frenchman.
Thank you.
Even start, lopsided after that. Youzhny looked a little bit better in his first service game of this third set.
Oh, fortunate there. That was going out until it hit the tape and kicked back in.
15.
He's entitled to one slice of luck, surely.
Oh, beautiful volley. That's Edberg-like, his idol from his youth. This backhand volley needed to be hit very well. It was below net height. You could see him hit inside out with real positivity. Excellent.
The one thing Tsonga can't afford to do here is get ahead of himself. As well as he's played, if he starts thinking of the semi-finals, Youzhny might be able to edge his way back.
Oh, he's just struggled big time with the overhead here tonight, Youzhny.
40-15.
Well, it bounced into the net. Much better signs for the Russian. Might be too little too late though.
The good news for Youzhny's supporters is that he's been a very, very good Davis Cup player for Russia, Youzhny, and that means he's performed brilliantly under pressure. And he's come home strongly when behind in Davis Cup matches. Nice little roll here. It was all about angle, this shot, not pace. To get angle, you need spin, and to get it up and down quickly. Just tries to loop it up high and slow it down a little bit, but just fell a fraction short. Tsonga, he just went after it.
He loves that off forehand. And why wouldn't you? When it works like that. The images being flashed around the world. This first big major sporting event, worldwide sporting event of 2008.
40-15.
Spoke about Youzhny's Davis Cup in 2002. He rallied from a 2-set deficit in a 5th and decisive match in a Davis Cup final, beating Mature in 4 hours and 27 minutes to give Russia a 3-2 victory. So it was a big comeback.
30.
Oh. He's gained a bit of momentum back there. Youzhny really competitive so far in this third set, but the thing is that Tsonga keeps on holding his serve, and that keeps him in front. Some good positive body language for the first time in a long time from Mikhail Youzhny as he came out of the chair there after that sit down. He was up on his toes, bouncing out towards the end of the court. Things have looked much better for him, but he must continue to hold his serve. One more service break and that newfound confidence might disappear just as quickly.
Just starting to mix the serve up a little bit better now as well, Youzhny. Just a few more serves to the Tsonga forehand. He's keeping his man off balance more than he was in the first couple of sets. It was totally predictable. Oh, well, that's just a sign of supreme confidence from the Frenchman. Excellent return. So quick to come in. And this is almost a backspinning drop volley. Lots of slice. Perfectly controlled.
Well played again. He's putting the pressure back on Youzhny. He knows that he's got an opponent who's capable of coming back and fighting back hard, and he's doing his best to snuff that out.
Oh, it's just another wonderful point from Tsonga, showing us a full array of shots here this evening.
Terrific serve. Took him right out of court. He looks a different man, a different player to the one who was here in the first two sets, or much of the first two sets.
Just tremendous tennis from Tsonga. Look at this ground stroking. Look at the accuracy.
That was a good test for his non-strapped ankles too. Well then, is all the good work going to count for nothing?
Oh, gee, hit that well. That was centimetres off being a winner. And centimetres of perhaps breaking the back of Youzhny. Went for it, got it in front.
And Youzhny.
Oh, he gets the luck that he was after. Totally dead net cord. A chance slips by for Tsonga. And we're locked up at 3 games apiece in this third set. At last. Very late call. Youzhny's lifting here.
Had chances to do a little more with this Tsonga. Just steered it a bit. It was high enough. He could have been a bit more aggressive, perhaps. Nevertheless, well played, Youzhny. As Peter mentioned, you just get the feeling he's not far away.
Jeff, I think we're at the stage of the match now where a service break either way could be a big psychological blow. If Tsonga gets one, it might take the wind completely out of Youzhny's sails. If it goes the other way, Tsonga might be thinking, well, this guy's tough. He can come back. I've played my best tennis and yet he's still there.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. Tsonga can see that finishing line. He can almost touch it, but he wants to get there quickly. And Youzhny is going to do everything in his power to stymie him. And you can see the little tension there in Tsonga.
Given all that, this is turning into a most important game. Ace number 7. Put under pressure, Tsonga has the answers and stays in front.
Let's go back to the stadium court, Lord Laver Arena, with Peter Donegan and Jeff Masters.
Bit of a change in weaponry by the look of it here.
Just a sweatlet required.
40-50.
In a lot of his other earlier matches, Tsonga's looked to run around the backhand when receiving a second serve and hit a forehand, but tonight he's been keen to step up and hit the backhand, take advantage of it in that way.
Youzhny.
Remember, Tsonga hasn't strung together a lot of wins, so he's very rarely been in this situation where he's had to keep on backing up over a week or a fortnight for that matter. So his fitness is going to be tested here. Just showing the odd little sign of feeling a bit fatigued.
It's that beautiful backhand that we spoke of early in the match. Just hasn't had enough opportunities to hit it because Tsonga's pinned him down with this serve so much. He's yet to be down break point in the match, Tsonga. It's been that effective.
Dropped in the crowd. The outfielding here is not what it used to be, really.
And they won't go over the road to the MCG, you think?
That's a great service game. If he's feeling any signs of fatigue, they weren't showing there. And he can have another dip at 5-4. I think it's a fair bet to say we know what this man's tactics are going to be in this game, because we've already seen them twice in this match. We saw them in the 10th game of the first set and the 12th game of the first set when he was ahead in the count. Not absolute all-out aggression, but if there's half a chance, he'll be swarming all over it. Youzhny serving to keep the match going.
That's a wonderful point again from both players. Tsonga defending so brilliantly, and then the offensive lob here sets up this opportunity.
He'll have a look. John Blom of Australia in the chair. Miles out. That's 1 millimetre out. What a great call from the official. Took him about 4 goes to get rid of him. Crowd love that.
He hit half a dozen terrific shots, Youzhny, and Tsonga's so quick for a big man. Made him hit another.
Number 3 for the match. Still Tsonga with just 1 double fault. Mikhail Youzhny's hopes of a semi-final berth hang on this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tsonga is challenging the call on the left baseline. The ball was called out.
It was a bit of an afterthought, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did ask the ump, and the umpire wasn't sure, but I think he's just hopeful here, and it was a long way out.
See, the line's not even in shot there.
Advantage Youzhny.
Lots of pressure on Youzhny, and every time he's answered.
5 games on. Tsonga has 2 challenges remaining.
He's really digging deep, Youzhny. He knows that his back is really to the wall, and he's mentally toughing it out here, focusing. He's playing well. It's going to need Tsonga to remain at his best to put him away. Oh, that's just tremendous play from Tsonga.
15 left.
Fabulous forehand, gets into the net here quickly, closes, positive volley. Outstanding play.
Tsonga's lost only 2 points in this set when his first serve's gone in.
Next.
Oh, the big man can move.
Sure can. This was a pretty good drop shot. Look where Tsonga is. He's way at the baseline, and the left side of the centre tee. Gets there in time to be aggressive with it. Fabulous moving.
Some heavy hitting there at a very opportune moment. As we did in the first set, we stay on serve for the first 11 games.
15 love.
Tsonga was going to challenge.
He's in the twilight zone.
Youzhny might regret this. 30 love up. What he wouldn't give for a first serve here. Everyone leans forward just that little bit more.
Gee, that was a calm lob from Youzhny under maximum pressure. Held his nerve. This big man comes forward, and with all his weight forward, Youzhny just waited and lifted it up. Got his man off balance. That was cool.
He's been cool under pressure all the way through this set, having to play catch up all the way, and that's what he's done. 12 holds of serve in succession. It's hard to get a read on their respective tie-break fortunes because Youzhny hasn't played, or sorry, Tsonga hasn't played that many. He's won 12, lost 7 in his career. Youzhny has won 92 and lost 77. There's the record from 2007. Not great for Youzhny, it must be said, last year.
Well, it's been part of the big difference tonight, the ability of Tsonga to hit quality serves both first and second. That was a very good second serve, deep right into the body of Youzhny.
Mini break for the Frenchman.
Gee, that half volley may turn out to be extremely important. Youzhny in all sorts of trouble. Came up with the perfect reply. Look where it landed.
Simple equation now for the Frenchman. Hold your serve and you're home. But that puts things back on a level footing.
Well, he had an opportunity to really go after a backhand. Instead, he elected to slice it. This one here, he should have hit that one. Instead, he took a very conservative option and allowed his man to come at him.
That was a wild one from Youzhny.
3-2, Tsonga.
Oh, they're the 3 points you dream about in tiebreakers. This was a neutral ball, and Youzhny made a careless mistake.
On serve.
Well, he certainly kept his nerve, Tsonga. He's in the driver's seat now.
We've seen a very good example of why this 22-year-old from France went from 212 at the end of 2006 to 43 at the end of 2007. With a bullet, you would think. Still tight. Just the 1 point mini break in it. Force the error.
Well, that was good courage from Tsonga. Playing to win. Put the acid test right on Youzhny to have to make a tremendous return.
Two points away from the match.
Can't buy a first serve in the tiebreaker.
Did the same thing again, and this time Youzhny was equal to it.
Well, that was an ordinary decision. serving and volleying on a second serve to the forehand
Tsonga.
is very dangerous because he's got angle, power, everything to hit back at you. That was high risk. Bit of a panic there.
Twice then Tsonga has had the advantage. Twice in the tie-break. Youzhny has clawed it back.
5.
Well, it's either going to be a set point or a match point. What a terrific serve on the big point.
6-5. Youzhny.
Now Tsonga's turn to defend.
Tremendous tennis.
It's great theatre, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful. It was a very good return off a bombing first serve. It made the first volley of Tsonga pretty difficult. His reactions at the net stood the test.
This feels anything but like a match which could end in straight sets. It's been really dramatic since the last set got underway more than an hour ago. Youzhny had a set point and couldn't capitalise. Tsonga has a match point on the Youzhny serve. Can the unseeded Frenchman make it through to the last four in Melbourne? It's long.